I'm going to now talk about the primary input peripheral that we use in Microstation, which is the mouse. The left mouse button is what we usually refer to as a data button or data simply in most of our documentation that we use in Caltrans. The scroll wheel or the middle mouse button is also called the tentative, which is used to snap to a point or an element in Microstation. The scroll wheel is also used to zoom in and zoom out into your DGN file. The right mouse button is also called the reset, which is used to end the command or stop a selection or end a selection. I'm going to use the middle mouse button right now, the scroll wheel, to zoom out. If I rotate my scroll wheel towards me, it is going to zoom out. If I rotate it away from me, it's going to zoom in. The left mouse button is used to select elements in Microstation. I'm going to demonstrate it right now. I zoomed out. I'm going to click on an element in here which is aligned. As it gets highlighted or selected, I can run other commands in Microstation to extend or delete that line. This is how you select objects in Microstation. The right mouse button is used to end a command. Additional functions that you can perform with the mouse can be controlled by using the workspace menu preferences command. In here there is a category that's called mouse wheel. I'll click on it. Over here it'll tell you what a mouse wheel can do. You can use it to zoom in and zoom out. You can set it to a different option in here if you want to. Control plus using the mouse wheel will let you pan to the left or to the right. Shift plus mouse wheel can let you do something else. Pan up and down in this case, which is Alt plus mouse wheel will let you pan with zoom. I'm going to click on the cancel button, and you can also customize the way you call certain commands in Microstation using your keyboard. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the how you can use your function keys in your keyboard to call or run certain commands. When you click on workspace and go to function keys, you'll see the function keys dialog box. This information is stored in your user home directory. D drive users in my case, CT, my S number, data folder. The function key menu file is prefixed with my S number in this case. In your case, when you're working on your machine at your desk, you're going to see your S number and your fkmenu.mnu. That is the file where this information is stored. You can open this file with Notepad or Notepad++ in my case, and then see what function key is assigned to run task on your machine. I'm going to go back to the function keys menu. I'm going to click on the cancel button to get out of the dialog box. Workspace menu also lets you have access to keyboard buttons, how they can be modified or customized to work in Microstation. If you hold the shift key and you hold the left mouse key, it actually tells me that it is going to be able to pan and scroll at the same time, pan scroll. And then this information is stored in the same location that I've been to before, but in the buttons folder. That's where I'm going to go to, and I can open this file using Notepad. This is a standard setting. You can customize this to make it work the way you want Microstation to work when you use these peripherals. I'm going to click on the cancel button to get out of the button assignments dialog box. The next part that I'm going to talk about is the workspace preferences and the position mapping. The position mapping settings will let you assign specific keyboard buttons to run specific tasks from the task menu, and you can also call certain toolboxes using your keyboard buttons directly without clicking on them manually. This is something that you can control over here. I'm going to demonstrate this for you in a little bit. Now what you're going to do is you're going to be calling in the fence command right now using number 2. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on cancel here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to number 9 and 0. These are mapped to for certain tasks that you can perform from the task menu that is already pulled out in this case. I'm going to click on the cancel button here. I'm going to go make sure that my home focus is on, and I'm going to be going and clicking on number 2 key on the keyboard. It brings up my fence tools, and I also have the option to bring them up as a toolbox. I'm going to close fence tools, and I'm going to be calling in my linear toolbox using the button Q on the keyboard. Once I hit that, I can also have the option to open this as a toolbox all by itself. And I can call in the individual commands in here and then use them to create elements in Microstation. I can also use my control key and shift key along with my right mouse key to bring up my drawing tasks. So this way you don't have to remember the combination of button keys to bring up a command. I'm actually using my fence tool. I'm going to place a fence, and I'm going to be modifying the settings as I do that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is hit the Y key on the keyboard, and then as you can see, the kind of fence that I can face is being switched from shape to circle to element, view, from file, from flood, or a block. In this case, I want to select a block. I can choose that manually, or I can use the Y key on the keyboard. The shortcut keys to access the command settings can be accessed by hitting the escape key on the keyboard. This concludes the demonstration.